Hello and welcome to my home and welcome to my sacred space that I prepared for us today. I really appreciate you guys being here. We're going to shuffle our thought of the day from the Healing the Mind and Spirit cards. But before we get going, I'm going to pour myself a cup of coffee. I hope that you have something pleasant, hot cocoa, tea. Maybe your favorite drink is water. That is actually one of my very favorite drinks is water. So, first of all, I keep forgetting to tell you this, and that is that these videos are timeless, which means it doesn't matter when you find them. It also means that you don't have to hit the latest video in order to get a correct card, okay? So I have a list, timeless videos. Some of my videos aren't timeless, but in those videos I will say the date, or it will be in one of my other lists. If you've never done a tarot pick a card, it's really easy to do. Just follow along with the video, and then you pretty much do whatever you want from there. Some people pick more than one card. Some people pick all the cards. I do have timestamps below. But before we go any further and before we pick our thought of the day, I want you guys to know what a big deal you are to me. You guys watching this video make it possible for me to do this. And I am grateful. I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck and pull the card from the top. I stand strong in the face of arrogant and aggressive people. Arrogance is merely another face of fear. Without fear, there would be no need for arrogance. Interesting. Okay. So if you have an arrogant or aggressive person in your life, then that's pretty good card for you to have. Maybe I need this card. Maybe I'll run into someone like that today. We shall see, shan't we? Okay. Let's go ahead and, you know what? I need a sip of coffee before we get going. Delicious. Now I'm going to pause and take a nice deep breath. Yes. Okay. All right. I don't know how my table gets all this dust on it because I clean it off before I even get started. Okay. I already knew, well, once I drew the cards and once I put them down, I knew this was going to be a very biblical reading. So I did choose a lot of my, well, you can see. I'm going to show you the card toppers up close. We have this pink crystal cross. And then on the second card, we have our silver and turquoise. On our third, we have Mother Mary, Our Lady. And last but not least, our diamond cross, filled with 6 24-karat diamonds. Not really, it's crystal. But we can always pretend. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I feel like there's something I'm not saying that I should, but we're just going to move on because who knows? Who knows? All right, let's see what we have under the crystal cross. the Ace of Cups. Now, before we get started, one thing I want to let you know is this: if this is a card that you've seen more than once, if you've seen it more than twice, if you've seen it more than 3 times in a short period of time, then it means you really need to pay attention, okay? This is a card of renewal. You can see the hand coming out like a God hand giving a gift to you. And that gift is a new beginning. Let me put it this way. You don't have to go get rebaptized to receive this gift. You don't even have to take communion to receive this gift. All you have to do is rededicate yourself to your purpose and your cause and God. It is a starting point. All that stuff in the past, anytime that you messed up or anytime that you can put that in the past and start anew, start fresh, start brand new, start completely and totally fresh. That is your gift today. Now, I'm not saying you don't need to go take communion if that's something that is comforting to you and that you feel is a nice way to dedicate yourself to God and to feel fresh and new, then definitely go do that. I'm not saying not to. I'm just saying it's not a must in order to start again, in order to rededicate yourself. Your relationship with God is between you and God. Look, I have a foozle on my ring. A foozle from my sweater. I stand strong in the face of aggressive people. And it wants to be crooked. And that's driving me nutty buddy. Okay, let's see what's under our turquoise. Cross here. The Three of Cups, and I'm going to tell you that this card, every time I see it, it doesn't have a nickname, it has a scripture. Gosh, I know it's in Corinthians. It's 1 Corinthians. I can't remember. I'm just going to read to you. These women here to me represent faith, hope, and charity. Our charity, the meaning of charity is love. It's not giving stuff to people who may need it. It's more loving people when they need it. It's more about that. And sometimes that includes giving things that they need. I'm going to have another sip of coffee. Faith, hope, and love. Love never fails. But when there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part and prophecy in part. But when perfection comes, the imperfect disappears. So basically, I'm going to skip a few scriptures in there. Basically, it's what's real is real, and what is not fully truthful slips away when we're faced with reality, when we're faced with what matters. And what matters is faith, hope, and love. And now the three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. Now, this is from a letter that St. Paul wrote to the Corinthians. And the Corinthians at that time, according to Paul and possibly many Corinthians, were struggling with worldly matters such as suffering, disunity, immorality, some of the same things that we face today. And the answer is the most real of all is faith, hope, and love. That is what we need to make it through all this other stuff. And you're going to make it, especially if you remember those three things. faith, hope, and love. And actually with love, well, we'll just leave it at that. I can go on and on, believe me. Just yeah, just you know. You already know. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have under our lady, our Holy Lady Mary. The Queen of Rods, or otherwise known as Wands. And there she is. Notice the sunflower that she's holding. That's going to be a part of what we're going to talk about. I'm looking at my notes. The Queen of Rods. This queen is practical and creative. When she is inspired, her mood is contagious, encouraging others to strive for excellence. When she focuses her purpose, she achieves her goals with astonishing speed, not unlike how fast this sunflower grew in her presence. So if you have this card today, the encouragement for you is to realize your practicality, realize your creativeness, and realize how contagious your enthusiasm is when you really get going. So focus on your purpose, and you will achieve your goals. And they will come faster than you necessarily expect them to. So this is not a card that's telling you to be patient. This is a card that is telling you that if you focus, great things will happen for you and your goals. So let us see what we have here. The Knight of Wands. Isn't that a gorgeous card? So this knight, and this I got out of the little booklet that this deck of cards came with, this first sentence. This knight will rush in where angels fear to tread. I love that. It, it really reminds me of one of the Knights of the Round Table, but I won't go into that right now because I can't remember his name. But he was someone who rushed in where angels fear to tread. He's more susceptible to failure than those who don't take a chance. That's kind of a no-duh kind of sentence. Because, of course, well, I'm just going to move on. I'm going to say it again. He is more susceptible to failure than those who don't take a chance. Yet, fortune seems to follow him and keep him from true harm. So if you feel it is worthwhile and you feel it will contribute to the better good, take that chance. Move forward in courage and righteousness. If this wasn't such a biblical reading, I might not have used the word righteousness. I might have said force, or I might have said in confidence, or something like that. But this is really, this whole reading, I feel like, is very biblical. And I feel like those of you who are paying attention and looking at your cards and taking them to heart are probably on a very righteous path. And I don't necessarily mean that you're religious. What I mean is that you want to bring good into the world and that you're striving to do so, even in the face of arrogant and aggressive people who are really just fearful people. So here we are at the end of our video. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for being here with me. Thanks for watching. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. Please let me know if you want more biblical readings. I'll let the cards know because it's not really up to me. I really do. I don't pick out these cards for you. I shuffle them and they come out by chance, and then I read them for you. Please do take what resonates with you and leave the rest, and don't make any life-altering decisions or changes based on this or any other tarot pick a card, especially a video. But do connect with me on my social medias linked below, and book with me on my website, or come see me on King. That's fine too. And last but not least, subscribe. Oh, wait, there's one more thing. I love you guys, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye-bye.